Okay, so this is my third video of inspiration short videos while I'm on leave. I hope I'm enjoying my leave. And if you notice, the past two episodes and this third one are all recorded in the same polo shirt because I'm doing this back to back when I did the recording. Anyways, today I will show you how I automate big part of researching the videos I do and actually getting ready to go script for each of them with having them deeply researched for me by AI. If you don't know me, my name is Samer Haddad. I'm a Fortune 500 executive on a mission to get as many people as I can through this channel to the top 1% in AI to help them in their life, personal life, and their careers. So I hope you enjoy this episode, and with this, let's get started.
Subscribe to Daddy's channel. The mic.
Okay, so I'll show you at the end how all of this looks in Notion. Now, it started with a database I had on Notion where I track the ideas. Sometimes I'm sitting with friends or at my couch. I get an idea about a video. I see something interesting online someone's talking about, and it sparks some idea or alternative way of covering the same idea. And I take my Notion and I write that idea. And these pile up. And sometimes before I go for doing my own research, sometimes I don't have the time and the idea doesn't really necessitate that I do personal manual deep research like an AI paper requires, for example. So I want something quick. I want the research to be done for me to really hit the right points when I cover that video. And the way I do it, I want the research to be done in the way I do my research. I want to see everything that has to do with that topic of the video. I want to see what others are covering around it on the internet. I want to see also what others are creating videos about it on YouTube. I want to see the gaps. So what are these people not covering in their videos or covering in their videos? I want to understand those gaps. And then for me, I want ideas and thoughts on how to cover the same topic while addressing those gaps and differentiating myself from everyone else on YouTube. It works sometimes, sometimes it doesn't. What I found, it is always useful for me to see the outcome of this automation. Just gives me ideas that I might not have had, especially if it is one of these quick type of videos. So this all starts with me checking a box on that Notion database. That's a trigger. That's trigger for this automation. Now there's filtration. Obviously, I have kind of fields to make sure that this automation didn't run before for this record, so it doesn't go in loops because I'm using an update database trigger here. So you have to do that, always be careful. So if it's not, I will filter it out. I will stop the automation. And then, as you know, if you are part of my subscribers, you watch my videos, I keep all of my AI running in terms of user prompt, system prompt, model in a database so I can manage all my automations from a single Airtable database. So here in this step, I'm just getting those details, the user prompt and the system prompt. This is for Perplexity. And then I run a simple code by Zapier step where I stringify the outcome that I get from Airtable. Again, doing a stringify where, for example, you don't have enter, like you don't have a new line, you have it in the \n type of text. Things that when I send an HTTP request, it reduces the chance that there will be a kind of an API error or an HTTP request type of error. So I avoid that by using this stringify step. And then I do a normal online search. This is through Perplexity. This is a normal search, nothing special. Here I go to ChatGPT and I ask it based on the topic. So I tell it, this is the topic of the video. Give me different keywords that I can use to search on X and Reddit. And here I have a sub-zap. And if you don't know sub-zaps, look it up. I have videos talking about sub-zaps and how powerful those are. But basically, this goes to a different mini automation that gets me results about my topic from X and Reddit, focusing on these two sources where you have lots of humans writing their ideas, challenges, problems, what they would like to see in this specific topic that I'm trying to address. Again, here I am preparing for the next stage of this automation. And again, I get the user and system prompt from the same AI database I have. There's a video about this system that I created on my channel. You can look it up. Go check my channel, subscribe if you enjoy the content. And then I stringify it again, not to have any HTTP type of errors. And here I send this to Perplexity and I ask it, look for top trending keywords on YouTube about the topic I'm creating. And this just gives me a keyword that I will use later on. Again, here I'm getting new user and system prompt. So I'm using multiple layers of AI here. And then this is a prompt that goes to Claude. I send it to Claude and I take the output from Perplexity, which is in JSON format. This is, again, just unique to get this running. And I ask Claude, which I love in these things, clean this for me. Give me a clean JSON structure. And then I run it through Code by Zapier to convert that JSON object I got from Perplexity with citation. So this is why I'm doing this. So I want the sources for everything I'm getting the text for. And then I want the actual AI outcome from Perplexity. And then here, what I asked Perplexity to do is get me keywords, if you remember. I do a Code by Zapier step here, and I run an API call basically to Google, and I get top trending YouTube videos in the topic or the keywords that Perplexity gave me about the topic I gave it. So basically, let's say I talk about Claude 4, the new model. So I go to Perplexity. Perplexity will give me 5 keywords. Claude 4, Sonnet 4, Anthropic, new model, whatever. Now I go and search all of these terms that the Perplexity-based AI thinks these are what people will search for when they go to YouTube for this topic. I get the top 5 or top 10 YouTube URLs, YouTube videos that are already talking about these topics. Here, I modify the URL, and this is something very unique for what I'm going to do next. Now, here I want to transcribe all of these videos. I want to get the text transcription of each of these YouTube videos. Now, I created my own Replit-based application to transcribe videos. There are third-party services out there. You can definitely use them if you're new to this whole AI and automation thing. But if you use this a lot, if you're like me and you transcribe on autopilot lots of videos, well, then it might be worthwhile to build your own application with endpoints and authorization, so security basically, where you send YouTube URLs and you get the transcription. So this is a big undertaking. If you're new, I encourage anyone to go after these ambitious projects. This is the intent of these quick videos with no details. Inspire you to get started. So this is what I'm doing. I'm cleaning up the URL in a certain way to send to my own application. So here I send to my own application. Again, transcribing 10 videos will take a lot of time. So I'm using, again, another application I created, which is the Timeout solution for platforms like Make and Zapier, the limitation. So if the application runs for more than 50 seconds, it will give you an error. So I have my own application that handles that. Again, all of the things I'm saying are already on my channel in videos open for everyone, free, with the code, with the content. So you can go to the Timeout solution video in my channel and watch that if you want to build something like that on your own. So basically, I send all of the URLs, and here in this step, I get all the transcripts. Now, some videos do not have transcripts, but any video within that sequence that has a transcript, I will get it here, and then I will create a file from all of these transcripts, and I'll place it on Google Drive. I'll upload that file to OpenAI because later on I want my assistant to read that file and start giving me intelligence about it. And here again, I'm getting a new set of user and system prompt and model. And again, I go to Perplexity, but now I go for it differently. This is a big request to Perplexity. So I have all the details, and I want a comprehensive script analysis of the gaps based on everything I've got so far. I have transcripts, I have X and Reddit results, I have online search results. I give all of that to Perplexity, and here I do Sonar Deep Research, and I use my Timeout system that I created where I send a post, I get a key, a number that I actually later on check in the database. Did I get a response for that? It tells me yes, I get that response. So I have a Perplexity, purely Perplexity version of things. And then finally, I have everything from Perplexity purely, from AI, something like O3. I update everything back into the same database in Notion. And then here I just filter if there was an error when I uploaded the file to OpenAI. And I send myself an email with the results, a summary of what just happened and that everything is fine, updated in Notion. And then eventually I send this to a final sub-zap that that basically deletes the Google file I created from all the transcripts. I don't need it anymore. And then I delete the OpenAI file on OpenAI side. Again, I don't need that anymore on OpenAI. Now, how all of that looks? Well, this is my Notion database. You can see all of my ideas here. So I have many ideas. Now, any idea I hit as, or I change the status for as published or abandoned, it will be filtered out. So you can find things that I'm working on, like editing or scripting. And here I just took back 2 videos that I already did, but just to show you what happened in these automations. Let me actually show you the full record of Notion here. Let me open it. So this is what I put in my words. So this is like the quick thing I put on my mobile, the idea I want to cover. And then after that, this is also something I put manually. So this is my thoughts, my personal thoughts around the topic. This is what I would like to cover. Maybe this is an interesting area to cover. All my words, all of that will go to the AI. Now, this is the first outcome. This is what comes from something like O3. So this is the script by AI that takes the transcript, the X and Reddit outcomes, the internet search, takes everything, and it will go and dissect the idea and gives me a script with gaps, with an analysis. So it's not just a script, it's an analysis, and after that a script. And you can see here, it's talking about superficially covered areas, missing practical implementation. So it's telling me things that it would have taken me hours to find out myself. Watching videos, long videos maybe. It all happens for me in 15 minutes through AI. And then key pain points that users are talking about on X and Reddit. So these are things maybe if I cover, it will help the video. And then I get the script with high level. I ask for a high level script. I don't want it word for word. I never do word for word type of videos. Maybe that's a problem I have. And with this, I have a complete research done, a ready to go video based on data, based on competitive videos that were done, based on gaps, based on areas I can make myself unique through, and it is a lifesaver for me most of the time. This is how, and many people ask me, how can you be an executive in a Fortune 500 corporate and do what you do? This is part of the puzzle. I have many of these automations that get me to do what I do, and this is one of them. So I hope you enjoyed my 3rd video of inspiration while I'm on leave. Well, I will have it in the end screens. I hope you've seen value in this video. You got inspired to create something simple for you, to get you to do more with your day if you're busy and you want to do something on the side like I do on YouTube. And with this, if you enjoyed it, do not forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, write a comment. I want to engage with you, share it with others. And with this, thank you for watching and goodbye.
Subscribe to Daddy's channel. Give me the mic.